Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum viewers. You are watching YouTube and Facebook channels of Professor Dr. Rizwan Jamil Qureshi. Welcome to the lecture number 16 of Software Economics course. We were covering about agility. That agility means respond to changes quickly and efficiently. So what are the changes on which team has to react quickly? Requirements. The team has to react quickly. For example, you are at the testing level. You have done planning, you have done analysis, you have done design, you have done coding, and you are at the testing level and customer asks you to change the requirements. So you have to say welcome to him instead of saying him no. There is a background of agile software development. Due to 9/11 incident, the software companies were in serious trouble. Like the COVID-19 situation, it was disaster for them because there was a threat of world war, third world war, and there was America attacked on Libya, Afghanistan, and they threatened to Pakistan as well that are you with us or no. So in that situation, the investors, the sponsors, they stopped funding the projects because in case of war, who will use the software? So because of that situation, the software companies didn't have money to pay salary, to pay rent, to pay their expenses. And most of the projects were freezed in that situation. And in America, there is a Silicon Valley. It was almost firing from all software companies. I remember in Pakistan, there is a NetSol company, which is the leading top company of Pakistan. They also suffered almost 6 months to pay the salaries, to pay the rent, to pay the infrastructural expenses, to pay utility bills. So in that situation, the top gurus of software companies, consultants, they sat together and they defined an alliance. They established an alliance and it is called Agile Alliance. And you have a website www.agilealliance.org, and they define few principles, they define few values as a roadmap and guidelines for software companies to attract customers for small projects, for 2 to 3 month projects. So in that situation, you cannot make customer unhappy, angry. So you want to make him happy. So even at the testing level, you have to say him yes. So for example, there is a deadline 2 weeks to deliver an increment. So instead of 2 weeks, you will ask the customer that I will deliver you this increment in 3 weeks instead of 2 because you change the requirements, and this is the extra cost, this is the extra time. So customer is happy, you are happy. So in order to have blood circulation, the money circulation, so you have to say him welcome to the customer. So if customer asks to change the requirements, do it. Respond quickly and efficiently. Budget, schedule, resources, team, and technology. For example, you are lacking short of budget. So you have to react quickly to bridge the gap between planned budget and the actual budget. If you are lacking behind of schedule, for example, you have to deliver first increment in 2 weeks, so first 3 weeks, second 1.5 weeks, and third again 1.5 weeks. So you bridge the gap between the planned schedule and the actual schedule. And resources, if you are lacking short of resources, you have to react quickly. That could be human resources. For example, your team member left. So instead you start hiring cycle, you have to react quickly to bridge the gap, and meanwhile you can ask one of the team members to play the role of another team member. So we have a concept It's called cross-functional. Cross-functional team means programmer can work as a tester can work as programmer can work as database designer, can work as configuration manager, can work as integration manager, database guy can work as programmer, so vice versa. So you have multi-skilled team. So you can swap roles among the team members. So in case one team member left, the programmer, like tester left, quality assurance guy left, the programmer can work as a tester. So he can play the role. Meanwhile, you start hiring cycle. So project will not be delayed. So you have to react quickly in terms of resources. And as I specially mentioned team, so team members, if you are lacking short, you can have the hiring cycle in parallel, not to delay the project or stop the project because one of the members left. Another thing, because the payment cycle is early in agile software development, because you are delivering the first increment in 2 weeks. So if customer approves the release, he has to release the payment. So you can hire more resources. So you can increase your team size as the money circulation will come. Technology. If there is a new technology introduced in the market, you have to react quickly before customer force you to use that technology, to implement that technology. Like I remember the case of Java Versata. In Pakistan, there is a company, Descon Infosys, and they have a client in America, USA, and the client has property estate business like buying and selling the property, rental offices, rental houses, ijar. The customer is working in 50 states of USA, and customer asked them to implement ERP system, and project name was great project. And they use tool C# as a front end, business logic again in C#, and Microsoft SQL Server as a database. They successfully working Agile XP. After a few months, customer asked them to use Java Versata. I'm talking about 2007, 2008. I was doing my PhD, and I was in contact in most of the software companies in my locality, Lahore, Pakistan. I'm from the Lahore, my hometown. So the project manager name is Khavar. Now he's in USA. Khavar called me early morning around 8 a.m., 8:30 a.m. So I say, yes, Mr. Khavar, what can I do for you? He said, you know any company in our locality, in our location, Lahore, who is working in Java Versata? I first time heard this word. I say, pardon? Yes. He said, Java Versata. So I said, no, I never heard this word. Okay, I will check my students who are working in different software companies. So I checked around 50, 60 companies. None of them know about Java Versata. None of them know about Java Versata. Then I called Mr. Khavar, the project manager. I'm sorry, no software company. Even they also heard first time. Then they outsource it from USA, from US based company. So if you will not change, customer will force you to change. Then they have to pay extra money to the outsourcing company. Meanwhile, even they don't have Java programmer because they were using C#, .NET. So they have .NET programmers, no Java programmers. So they hired Java team. Then they trained them to learn Java Versata. And finally, from the outsourcing company, they took the control. So, but it took a few months. So in that period, they were suffering because the payment they have to share with the outsourcing company. So they did not disclose to the customer that we are outsourcing Java Versata business logic from American company. This is one example. Second example is .NET. Before .NET, Microsoft has ASP, Active Server Page Web Development Programming Language. And as Microsoft introduced .NET, all the customers asked the software companies requested to switch to .NET C Sharp or ASP.NET to from structured to object-oriented. So that's an example. Then now mobile applications are there. Now customer wants web-based and mobile-based, both version. So if the software company doesn't have mobile programmers like Android programmer or Swift programmer or like Kotlin programmer or like React Native tool, or for example we have IoT, Internet of Things applications. So there is Arduino, which is very popular framework to use IoT applications for integrate the hardware and the software. So you will not change, or Unity is there. If you will not change, customer will force you to change. If you will do early, you will train your team early. Before customer will ask you, you are already, so you adapt it. You adapt yourself according to the environment before customer is forcing you. These are the major changes on which agile team has to react quickly. Then we have human factors in agile software development. These are the criteria to select agile team. Competency. The team members should be highly skilled, highly specialized, senior programmer, senior database designer, senior tester, senior configuration manager, senior architect, senior integration manager. So we have senior people, senior project manager. We don't have time to deal with the junior programmer or junior software engineer, junior database designer, junior tester. So people must be highly skilled, highly specialized. So that is the competence. They should be competent in their domain, in their area. Then decision making. They should have the ability to take independent decisions without asking the project manager or the team lead or the head, like, shall I do this? Shall I do this? So they can take independent decision and they can face the consequences, pros and cons of their decision. They can take stand on their decision. So that's the second criteria to save the time. Problem solving. They should have analytical skill and they should have designing skill. They can identify the problem and they can solve it independently without taking help from other team members, because we don't have time. It's a 2 to 3 month project and release time is 2 weeks. I remember one company during the 9/11 incident. After that company survived. The company name is Choreo.com, and Choreo has a mission statement. Later on, IBM merged Choreo at the cost of $182 million. Choreo.com has mission statement. We deliver the first increment in first week, and each week we have one increment. So 1 week means 5 working days. 5 working days for planning, analysis, design, coding, testing, unit integration, system acceptance, alpha, beta, and release the actual version so customer can use it, working version. That is too fast. You have to work like gin, and there is time 40 hours per week condition. So you don't have too much time to waste. So you need people who can take independent decisions, who can identify problem, who can solve them. They have the ability to solve it. And then common scope. The team member should be synchronized so they can have common scope. They can agree on common scope. They should not have conflicts. They should not have friction. They should not have leg pulling. So they can agree on common scope, common goals, common functions of the project. And within 1 week, they have to agree, or 2 weeks, they have to agree for common goal, common functions, common requirements. Collaboration. They can have collaboration ability, communication and coordination, synchronization. Like we have a cycle that is called communication and coordination cycle, that we have collaborate, deliver, reflect, improve. So we have collaboration in which they will communicate, they will coordinate and deliver. They will deliver with high quality, collaborate, deliver, reflect, and with the passage of time, release by release, their collaboration should improve, quality of delivery should be improved, and collaborate, deliver, reflect, improve. So this improvement should be reflected in the improvement in collaboration and improvement in the quality of delivery, release by release, the improvement in collaboration. Like you need 1 hour for meeting. In the next first release, you need 1 hour. In the second release, 30 minutes, for example. Third release, 20. So with the passage of time, there is improvement in collaboration and quality. The improvement in quality should be reflected. So for example, first release you have 20 bugs, 20 errors. The second release you have 15. Third release you have 10. So with passage of time, there is improvement in collaboration, time is reduced, and there is improvement in the less number of bugs, less errors in your software. That is the collaboration. Trust and respect. There should be respect among the team members. There should be trust. For example, if I don't know anything, I ask to Khamis, or I ask to Muhannad, or I ask to Asaf. So he should not broadcast this to the other team members that Dr. Rizwan doesn't know this, Dr. Rizwan doesn't know this. Ultimately, it will reach to me that he spreaded this news, BBC, CNN, Al Jazeera. Next time, I will not ask. So trust should be there, because nobody is perfect. We all are learners. So in the learning environment, there should be a trust among the team members that if I share something, if I ask something, he should not tell the others. Or to the boss, Rizwan doesn't know this, Dr. Rizwan doesn't know this, to degrade me, to pull the legs. Then respect. You must have respect for the other team members. For example, there is a saying of Hazrat Ali, Raziyallahu Ta'ala, Hazrat Ali bin Talib, that if I learn one word from another guy, he is my teacher, he is my ustad. So if you learn something from the other team members, because he has his own expertise, his own area, you should pay respect to him. So if you don't pay respect, like during a meeting, Khamis asked something or I asked something, that like in daily meeting, Khamis asked something and I provide a solution to him, that this is the solution of your problem, because of I suffered this problem in previous projects or another company. So this could be the solution. If he will make fun of my solution, ha 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 ha, this is the solution, next time I will not help him, because I am trying to help him and he is trying to make fun of, he is trying to insult me. So there is no respect, then there is no learning. So in the learning environment, respect should be there, regardless of age. Age has no matter in learning environment. If some junior member has better expertise, better knowledge in some area, you have to pay respect to him, regardless he is junior. So that's equality should be there, respect should be there, regardless of gender, regardless of age, regardless of caste. So you have to pay respect. If you have trust, you have respect, there is a strong collaboration, there is strong coordination, you will be able to agree on common scope. So in this way, don't involve such team members who are evil, who are like shaitan, who always try to pull the legs of each other, or who always try to conflict, take other side, negative side, just to have debate by debate, to argue, just to degrade you, that your solution or your value will not be accepted in the company. So in that case, such people who have such habit, don't involve them while selecting the agile team. Then self-organization. Self-organization means self-discipline. The people who used to plan their things, who are organized people, you have to involve such team member. There are some unorganized people who used to do things at the last moment. We call them at 11th hour. Don't involve such team member. Like you go to their office, you will find one file here, one file there. If you ask them to submit some report, they will delay because they are not able to find the required documents, required information. You go to their bedroom, you will find one pair of socks here, one pair of socks there, one pair of shoe here, one pair of shoe there, shirt, pant, clothes are not ironed, messy, towel here. So they are unorganized, they are not disciplined people. Don't involve them. Only involve those team members who used to perform their things in a planned way, organized way. Such team members will help you to do the project fast, early. So who used to perform their things in time, not even on time. So such team members should be there in agile team. These are the criteria to select agile team. There are 4 agile values. Prefer people, individuals and interactions over processes and tools. People are the secret key of success in agile projects, because the people are the key element who can make a project successful or fail. And these are the people who are going to do interaction. Individuals and interactions, they have strong interactions, strong collaboration over processes and tools. Don't prefer methodologies, don't prefer tools. Prefer the people, skilled people, specialized people who can accept changes. Like some people at the age of 50, 60, they are very rigid in their working style. Especially in software companies, the people who are using traditional methodologies like waterfall, spiral, RAD, rational unified process, they used to do things in a traditional way. We call them traditional methodologies. Like I remember one software company, Tower Tech. There is a software company, its name is Tower Tech. And project manager name is Mr. Abid. They are developing educational systems like registration system, library system, inventory system, payroll system in Pakistan. And they have their own university. Its name is University of Central Punjab. You can search over internet. I asked Mr. Abid while interacting, how much time you take to do planning, analysis and design. He said, sometime 1 year, sometime 1.5 years. Can you imagine 1 year or 1.5 years to do planning, analysis and design? Whereas in Agile, you have 2 weeks or maximum 3 weeks. So in 2 weeks, you have to do planning, analysis, design, coding, testing, maintenance, and you have to release the final version. Or like Choreo, they have 5 working days, 1 week. Plan, analysis, design, code, test, maintenance, and release the final version so customer can use it. There is a huge difference in working style of traditional teams and agile teams. So I remember case of Australian company. They started using agile. The team started using agile, and previously they were using traditional methodologies, and they were failed to implement. The chief executive was very concerned because he wasted a lot of money to train them and to implement the agile practices, agile principles. Then he called one of the agile coaches who established the Agile Alliance. His name is Alistair Cockburn. I'm discussing from one of the lectures. Alistair Cockburn visited Australia and visited to that company. He met with employees. After meeting, he went to the chief executive. He said, "You hired wrong people. They don't have attitude of Agile." So Agile is more about the attitude. It is also called BDD, Behavioral Driven Development. It is more about the behavior of the team. They have the ability to accept changes. They have the ability to adapt. They can adapt the changes in terms of requirements, in terms of budget, schedule, resources, technology, changing nature of project, changing requirements. They have the ability, they have their behavior. So traditional teams, their mindset is there. So it's very difficult to change the mindset. So don't hire such team members. Don't try to implement Agile on such teams. I remember another case. It was Houston, Texas, if I'm not mistaken. The American company, they decided to use Agile. Instead of implementing the Agile over the traditional teams, they hired new team members and they rented new building. They hired new team members who have the attitude of Agile software development. So I'm telling you one failure story about people, one successful story about the people. So this company hired new team members who have the attitude of Agile software development, who have the attitude, who have the behavior to accept changes, who already have some experience. And then no interaction between existing team members in the old building and the new building. And they successfully implemented the Agile because they hired correct people, right people to do the right job. So people are there. So that's the first value of Agile Manifesto defined by the agilealliance.org. Then working software over comprehensive documentation. That is the second value. There are 4 values. I'm discussing the second value. In traditional software development, you have documentation, heavy documentation, like Rational Unified Process Methodology, RUP. We have very strong planning, strong analysis, risk management, UML diagramming, design, use case, class, sequence, collaboration, component, state, activity, swim lane, transition diagram, deployment diagram, package diagram. So very heavy documentation, strong architecture. So in Agile value is working software. Prefer working software over heavy documentation. So like spend less time on documentation and more time on coding and testing. That is the reason it is called TDD, test driven development. So you have to design your test classes first and then you code it according to the test classes. That is change from traditional software development to Agile or modern software development. That you have your test classes first, and then you code according to the test classes. In the traditional way, you code and then you test it with dummy data like ABC 1 to 3. But in the Agile, you test with real data, actual data, and test classes are there. So you have to pass your test classes. You code according to the test classes. So during coding, you are testing with actual data, with actual classes. In this way, you have less errors, less defects, and less time, less cost. So it is economical, time saving, cost saving, effort saving, resource saving. That is the reason we have working software over comprehensive documentation. Then customer collaboration over contract negotiation. That is the third. Collaborate with the customer, communicate with the customer, rather than wasting time, how much time I will take, how much cost I will charge you. So you are negotiating over the contract act, you are wasting time. Instead, collect requirements from him, try to make him happy, try to satisfy him. Because if you are able to deliver in 1 week or 2 weeks the first release, payment cycle will come. And then in agile software development, you have the ability, you have the privilege, you can have your ASP concept. It's not active server pages, application service provider. In the application service provider, you can have your own host, your own server. You have hosting charges, then you have maintenance contract, maintenance charges, backup charges, security charges. So don't waste time over contract because you are delivering after every 2 weeks. In this way, payment cycle is after every 2 weeks. So you have to give value about the working software because you have to attract the customer in that situation, 9/11 situation. So in that situation, it was the best strategy that interact with the customer, collaborate with the customer, communicate with the customer, coordinate with the customer, rather than wasting time over the contract. And that's the new concept introduced application service provider during the Agile software development, Agile manifesto. Respond to change over following a strict plan. So you have to react over the changes rather than well-defined plan like the traditional methodologies that you have planning, you have analysis, you have design. You cannot go back from design to analysis to plan. Because Agile is based on iteration, evolutionary model, it is incremental model. So you can go back from release by release. So during a release, if customer asks you to change the requirements, go back, change your plan, change your design, change your code, change your testing strategy, change your maintenance strategy. So change is there. Budget changes, requirement changes, schedule changes, team changes. So don't try to have very strict plan that we have to follow that. Rules are for humans. Humans are not for rules. Be flexible. You have to be flexible. So there should be flexible in delivery, flexibility in requirements, flexibility in architecture, flexibility in coding, flexibility in testing, flexibility in maintenance. Be flexible in the decisions even. So that's the 4 values of Agile Manifesto defined by Agile Alliance. Thank you very much. Love you. Take care. Stay blessed, healthy and happy. Assalamu alaikum.